And so I'm excited to invite in a gaggle of people from System of Strength. If you don't know what System of Strength is, you need to check out systemofstrength.com. Workout studios, a digital workout platform, and we're going to talk a little bit about today, but much more than just a workout. We have Gretchen Dusseau and Keri Croft, co-founders of System of Strength. We also have all-star trainers and leaders and some of the wonderful people, Matt and Darcey Wion and Kim Verhoff, joining. So System of Strength crew, where I work out, welcome. What would you say to anybody out there who's thinking about that connection of the mind, the body, the spirit, and how you navigate through this time of quarantine?
I'm moving my body to release that stress and that anxiety and allow my mind to, rest for a second while I work my body. So when I have that outlet, I absolutely can see a difference in my patience with my children, my stress levels, my anxiety. To me, it's way more than it allows for that release.
Matt and Darcey, I mean, you guys, again, have been through a unique situation that a lot of people, everybody goes through something, right? And everybody has challenges and obstacles and things. But you referenced it a few minutes ago with Matt's accident on a lake, jet ski accident, and multiple surgeries and going through this time. What would you say about that connection and what you found in even your previous quarantine, but to carrying that forward to today of the connection between how important it is for that mind, body, and spirit, so that where you look is where you actually want to go?
I mean, there's to do the cliche, like you have to put your mask on in an airplane first before you can help others. Mm-hmm. And when I was trying to care for Matt after the accident, I had to find a way to do something for myself because I was selflessly giving to him for every other minute of the day. And that goes into this for all of us, right? We're trying to navigate these new waters. And if you don't give yourself the time you deserve it. Whether it's 20 minutes or 60 minutes, that may be the only time where your mind can shut off and you can release the anxiety. You can give to yourself in whatever form that may be. And I also think there are so many offerings now out there with communities all over the world. And so even if it's not System of Strength, we want you to find something else where you feel connected to a community of people and having the doing workouts that, other people have done, whether they're live. It's that human connection piece that feeds your soul, and you need that, whether it's videos that are on the digital studio and you're working out with other people. Even though you're doing it for yourself, you're feeling a part of a community and something greater than just you.
Yeah, I mean, fitness, any form of movement has been therapy for me. And it allows my mind to flow freely as I'm engaged for that 20, 60 minutes, however long I'm doing it. But also once I'm done, I truly feel centered. I'm okay. I'm ready to start my day. And I think it impacts everybody differently, but all of the impact is positive. And so I just want to encourage everybody to find their movement, whatever it may be. Like Keri said, Keri spit off a bunch of examples. Find something that you can do.
I think about words like keep moving that you all talk about. I think about find a way. I think about some of the values that you've put out in front of you. And I'm just wondering, how has that helped you during times of crisis? Times when I'm sure certainly businesses right now are having to make tough decisions, challenges for how do you then rally a community of people, challenges of then how do you keep people who are employees or trainers or people that are staying engaged and making sure that, again, it's not about a workout, but it's about the culture of how and why we've all come together. How has any of that language, how's that served you during a time like this?
When this all started happening, it's like, how do we keep moving? How do we serve our clients differently? How do we find a way to figure this out? It's a puzzle. It's a different puzzle, but it's a puzzle, and we have the pieces and we can figure it out. So whatever that quote is, you walk into Clintonville, it's mean it. Yeah. Right. So you better do it with passion. Don't do it half-assed. Why would I say that all the time and then be someone who just sat around just, so I
Yeah,
think
there's conviction. There's conviction at the
right.
heart of that.
And there's a
Mean it.
responsibility for a company and an ecosystem of people and a culture like we have, when you're surrounded with all of that. I think there's an expectation and a real responsibility that you show leadership during those times with those exact things when you need to. Just have to.
Yeah, and I would point out, and Kimmy, I'm going to have you chime in with this, but I love that you use the word ecosystem. I talk about a lot of time about the ecosystem of cultures, and that cultures, team cultures and organizational cultures of all kind, none of them are perfect. There's no perfect ecosystem, but yet everybody who's a part of the system plays a role and impacts the health or unhealth of that ecosystem, and everybody is a co-creator in that culture. Kimmy, when you think about kind of the network and the community of SOSers out there and that ecosystem, how is any of that language, the keep moving, find a way, the mean it, some of that language that you all have used, how do you see that playing out with the ecosystem of SOSers?
I mean, I think that find a way could resonate with anyone on planet Earth right now,
No doubt.
in any capacity, from, healthcare workers to people making huge decisions. But I think with the SOS community, like, for example, I taught a live class, what was it, Darcey, like last week or the week before. I was legitimately on a high after I taught that class. And then I was so sad when it was over, but we've just found different ways to connect with people outside of the studio. I know a ton of clients, people that I don't typically talk to, I don't get to see every day, but I've talked to a ton on things like Instagram, just motivating them to keep moving. We're just finding different ways to connect with each other, whereas we don't have the studio to depend on for that 60 minutes. I think that we're just trying to communicate and keep those lines of communication open. Some people are married in quarantine at home, some people are single at home. So I think it's just so important to kind of reach out to each other and try to keep that communication that we don't have in studio right now, just in different ways.
Yeah, I think it's like we're constantly trying to find ways to serve our clients differently. So giving them the opportunity to stay connected with their trainers, to do workouts together, like providing weekly calendars so they can loop their friends in. And it's just a unique dynamic of how can we stay connected and still breathe this community and walk the walk that are painted all over the walls in each of the studio, and continue to like resonate with our clients on a different level. And I think our leadership has done a great job with finding those type of ways, like sending handwritten notes to clients, like letting them know that we're still here.
Yeah, I mean, I'm very excited about the next step of this when we are able to open our studio doors and welcome our clients back into it. And I was on a call the other day about how we're going to approach this as a staff, because all of our clients are going to be at a different point in their life now. Their stories have changed dramatically compared to where we saw them 6 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago, however long it was. And one of the things we've done as instructors, as a staff, is to pride ourselves in serving our clients by being the best part of their day. But now we're going to have to reanalyze that and find out how can we now serve them to a greater value because of the trauma they've experienced. Because let's face it, this is traumatic for a lot of people, and many different people have lost loved ones, they've lost their jobs. A lot of bad things have happened in people's lives. And I am so excited for us to reopen those doors and welcome them back in and get back to being the best part of their day and serving them every way we can.
All right. Well, hey, we're at our time. I just want to say it's great to see you all. Thank you so much for everything that you guys are doing. Anybody that hasn't checked out System of Strength, you need to do that for the release of mind, body, and spirit. Great stuff. I hope anybody out there listening will continue to check in at Jason V. Barger doing these kind of chats. Hope you'll help spread positivity and mojo in the world. Check out the Thermostat podcast for more stuff that's coming out there. Hopefully it is brings a bright spot to your day. Everybody out there, be safe, be well. Thank you to System of Strength.
Thanks, Jason.
Love you, Barger.
Love you.
Love you
Keep
guys.
moving.